Hi girls, okay, I'm quickly just going to help you with the floor plan and the elevations a little bit, and then, yeah, you should be good to go. Okay, so when you open your Border 2025 again, just save it as floor plan I just saved it as floor plan elevations, but just save it as floor plan. And then obviously it'll open in your layout like this. So the first thing is let's just create a layer for our border again like we did in the previous video, just so that when we switch off that other thing later, that it doesn't obviously switch off the entire border as well. So just select it, create your border layer, and just add it under border layer. Okay, then I've quickly just drawn the outside of a house. You can obviously draw your final one, which you're going to draw. I'm just going to show you how to add in internal walls. So again, we're going to go to walls, you're going to go to properties, and you're just going to make your width 111 to make sure that it is internal walls. So yours should still be 222 from the previous drawings, but just change it to 111. Okay, and then my snap mode is on. So let's say I want to put a wall here. Now, if I click over there, you'll see it talks about use shift to change wall justification. So if I press shift, you'll see mine is now justified to the right. So if I press shift, then it becomes the middle and then the left. So however you want it to be. Okay, I just want to show you something. If you click on, switch off your snap mode for now and hold in your shift button while you are moving it so that it just creates a straight line. Okay, now what you'll see is the wall connects perfectly at the top there, but not at the bottom here. And that's because it's like on a turn over here. So we're going to have to move our wall in a little bit to actually make sure it merges. I'm not 100% sure where it does that, but you can't put it on the edge of the external wall. So we're going to click on the wall and click on this little square, and we are just going to move it slightly until, not yet, till we see it merges. Sometimes we have to make it slightly longer as well. There we go. Okay, let's just move it back slightly to see up until where, okay, there it stops. So, like, that would be the furthest we would be able to go. Okay, so now we've got an internal wall. Then I'm just quickly going to add in some, just one thing before I forget. When we use any of the architecture tools like wall, door, window, roof, all of those things, it automatically creates a layer for that. So you'll see we automatically have a wall layer. So as soon as I'm now going to put in a door, I'm not going to change the door. You guys can change it however you want it to be. You know how to do that now. I've showed you. So I'm just going to put in the standard door just because I want to just get this done. So now that I've put in my door, you'll see automatically that I have a door layer. And the same with window. But later on when we're going to put in other things, we must remember that it will go under the default 0 layer if we don't specify a layer for it, like we did with the border. And that will then be switched off when we switch it off later on. So we need to create layers for extras, if that's the word we want to use. Okay, so that's perfect. Now, let's quickly add some of our fixtures. So we're going to go to DC, which is our design center. And then you'll see, obviously, I've used metric. So if I open metric and I open design, you'll see there's a heck of a lot of things here. So if you go to bathroom, there's a shower. You can choose whichever one you want to be. Just put our snap mode on again. Just put it there, wherever you want it to be. Let's put a toilet in. Okay, now let's say my toilet looks like this now, but I want it to face the other way. Then all you're going to do is you're going to go here to modify. You'll see there's a button that says rotate. So you're just going to click on that. Then they're going to tell you to rotate, select an object. We want to do that object. And then you're going to say enter, and it's going to ask you from which point. Choose one of the top corners over there, and then you can literally just rotate it. Because of snap mode, it should do it straight. Okay, and then if you want to move it now, you can go to your move button. Again, select it, press enter, and you can choose Because of snap mode, it's either going to put it in the middle or it's going to put it on the side. So if you don't want to put it exactly where they want you to put it, turn your snap mode off and you can put it wherever you want on that wall. Okie dokie. Okay, so and then you can add whatever you want to. Electrical components. If we look over here, we'll see there's a thing called electrical services. Luminaries. There's our normal ceiling light. If we go and put it in, you'll see that it's tiny. So unless you want to put like a bunch of down lights, which that will then be, you're welcome to do that. If you just want to put in like one big ceiling light, then just open the properties for that. My design thingy is always in the way. There we go, that's better. Let's just open the properties. Why is this one's properties not opening here on the side? Okay, never mind. Right click on it and go to properties. There we go. Then you'll see the scale XYZ. We can make it 2, or you can make it 3, or you can make it however big you want it to be. So then it makes it bigger. Okay. Then if we go back, you'll see that there's switches. So you can put in your switch wherever you want it to be. Again, if you have snap mode on, then it's going to put it like inside the wall. So let's say we just want to put it over there. If you want to make that bigger, you can, but that's pretty much a standard switch size. So I'm happy with that. Then to connect it, you're going to go to draw. Now this is now one of those things. Our electrical components are part of our thing. So you'll see electrical device switch, electrical light ceiling. So that's fine, it creates a layer. But now the connection, we don't have a thing for that. Even though there is one that says communications, that's not what we need. We need to do that curve connection. So we're going to have to go and create a layer for it. So we're going to say layer, create a new one, and we can call it elec connect, whatever you want to call it. It really doesn't matter. Okay. Then we're going to go to here by draw by the arc 3 point. Click on that. Make sure that you are now in your electrical connections. Put on your snap mode. Go to the center of your light, and like we can turn around here. So you'll click again and then you'll take it to your light switch. If you don't want it to be such a big curve, so if you want it to be like a slightly smaller curve, you can take it like more. Oh no, that will make it way more. You can click before you turn, whatever. Okay, so that would be how you do electrical components. Then in terms of hatching, again, that's an extra, so we're going to create a layer for it. So we're going to say hatching, and then we're going to click on the hatch button over here by draw. It will open like a whole thing. Right, let's just go back here. Let's go to hatching and then click on that button to take us to our hatching thingy. Anytime. No, I want to go. Okay, that's fine. It's asking us to now just select where we want to add our hatching. So you can literally just select your walls, and that's it. Okay. Then click on it and it will open this hatching properties tab. Make sure that you click on the ANS13, that one, and you'll see here under your scale, we'll have to make our scale to about 50, and then our hatching should be fine. Okay. Now the last thing that we probably need to add in is our roof. So let's go to our roof. Let's just add that. Enter. Okay, now you'll see that our roof line is a solid line, and our roof line is usually supposed to be a hatching line. So we're going to go into a hidden detail line. So we're going to go into our layer thing again. We're going to go find our roof, which is over there. And you'll see here by line type it says continuous. If you click on it, you can change it to dashed. Okay, now you'll see it's quite big. I just want to see if we change it to hidden, if it makes it any smaller. Yes, it does. Okay, so choose hidden detail. Okay, and then there's your floor plan basically done. For now, this is basically what we need. You're now already going to add all of your types of things. So now we're going to go back to our layout space and we are going to bring our drawing in here. So we're going to say view, we're going to choose new, and we're going to draw a little box around it, take a little snapshot, press enter, and we're going to bring it in here. Now, if you click on it, you'll see your scale currently is about 1:75. I don't think you guys will be able to use anything smaller or bigger than that, smaller, because I don't think you'll have space. But for me, 1:50 will work. But just double check how much space you have, what scale you're going to use. Okay, then remember to click here at the bottom on paper to go back to model space and turn off your grid. And then we can also go into our zero layer, which is where our viewport is, and we can switch it off just to get that border gone. Oh no, okay. And that was very silly of me. I brought in the M view under my, pretty sure I brought it in under hatching. Okay, so make sure your layer is set to 0 when you bring in your viewport. Okay, that will be very important. I think I brought it in under the hatching layer. That was silly. Okay, let's just do that again. Make mine 1:50, switch my grid off. Yeah, you see now it should be fine. There we go. Okay, so there's your floor plan. Now we need to still add a few things. So the first thing we're going to have to add is our dimensions. So let's go and create a layer for, you can create all these layers beforehand as well, but I just think of them as I draw. And I'm sure you'll do the same. So dimensions. And then I'm just going to add one for labels. And then I'm going to add, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's go to our dimensions. Wait, I don't want to switch anything off. I just want to go to dimensions. Dimensions should be on. Okay, so let's go to dimensions. And then we're going to go here to annotate, and you're going to go here where it says dimension linear. And now you're going to go from the one wall to the other wall. You're going to pull it up. Now you'll see in the document that I sent you, it shows you how to change the arrows. We're already in architecture, so we have the architecture arrows, which is fine. Now you'll see it's going to bring it to the scale that was brought down. So all you can do is you can just double click on that and you can make it whatever your dimension is, which is 10,000. Mine was 10,000. Okay, now you can do that for all of the dimensions that you need, which makes sure puts in your dimensions. Okay, now if we go back home and we choose our labels, keep it on, and we go here to multi-line text, just click anywhere, just draw like a little box. You'll see it's massive, but we'll make it smaller now. So let's say, capitals obviously, kitchen, tiles. At the moment it's 20, we can make it about 2.5, that should be fine. And then if you wanted to like sit in the middle, like we usually have, then that's perfectly fine. Okay, so there's your labels. Then the only other thing that we will still have to add is our external line here by our door. You can add it under the labels layer, it doesn't matter. So you're just going to click on line, and we're just going to go from the one side of the wall to the other side of the wall. Okay, now if there's anything extra that you couldn't add in on your model space and you want to add in here like a ramp, you can do all of it from here, which is quite nice. So you can add in any of the extras over here. Then you're going to obviously go to your multi-line text again, put in your notes, your project name, your scale, all of those things, and you can finish it off. Remember, yeah, that's it. So that would be your floor plan.